Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm in the kitchen and I want to show you a super easy way to make sourdough flatbread. So throw on an apron and come join me. I am always on the hunt for easy sourdough recipes. With a family of 8, I'm churning out 3 meals a day, and I need something very simple that I don't have to think a whole lot about, which means not measuring as much or weighing dough, those kinds of things. This is that recipe. You're gonna start with 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and all of the ingredients you're just gonna throw right into the bowl, and then we'll mix. We're going to add 1 cup of sourdough starter, and that can be an active sourdough starter or using discard. Either way, if it's active, your dough is obviously going to rise quite a bit more than if it's discard, but honestly, I've done it both ways and there's not a whole lot of difference in flavor in the end product, so you can choose which one you'd like to do. And just a note, I'm going to put this recipe in the description so that you can have that recipe there for you. So after we do the sourdough, the 1 cup of sourdough, I'm going to add a half a cup of water to the bowl. Now I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. You can add more if you feel like it needs a little more salt. This recipe is pretty flexible. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I usually just eyeball it. I don't even measure. All the ingredients are now in the bowl. That's really it. You don't have a lot of ingredients. I'm going to put my kneading hook on and I am going to mix this up, and I'm going to knead it for almost 10 minutes. If you noticed, when I start mixing this, you can see that it's not quite coming together. If that happens, you can just keep adding a little bit of water until you get the consistency we're looking for, which is basically like a dough consistency. We don't want it too wet, but we also don't want it clumpy like this and dry. Sometimes it really all depends on how hydrated your starter is. So these recipes you want to kind of hold loosely. Sometimes a half a cup of water works. Sometimes you need 3/4 a cup of water, depending on the hydration of your starter. That's what we're looking for right there. We're looking for that kind of dough, and you're just going to keep kneading it. I would say honestly 5 to 10 minutes in your mixer. And then once you have finished kneading the dough, you're going to find a really warm place to put the dough so that it can rise for 8 to 24 hours. Make sure you cover it either with a wet cloth. I use a plate. It fits right over my mixing bowl, and it allows the moisture to stay into the dough, and then I won't have that dry cap over my dough. I usually put mine by a sunny window. You can see I've got some infused honey also at the sunny window, and I'm gonna let it sit there for at least 8 hours. Once your time is up, all you're gonna do is you're gonna pull that dough out and you're gonna divide the dough into even parts. Now this part really depends on you. Sometimes I will take this recipe and I will divide it into 4 large flatbreads. Sometimes my kids like the really small ones, so I might do a couple large ones, and then I might do some really small ones that are like the size of your hand. And they really like it. It's fun, it's small, it fits in their hand, so really you can just choose what size you want to do. While I'm rolling, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the skillet prepped for the flatbread because you really want to make sure that when you put the flatbread in the skillet, that the skillet is already heated to where the temperature that you want it. You don't want to put it in a cold skillet, something that's warm. You want it to be hot when you put it in there. I put my skillet on a medium heat, and that is perfect for cooking the flatbread. And I don't oil it or anything. I just lay it right into the pan, and you can see right there it's starting to bubble. Once it starts to bubble on one side, that's when it's ready to flip. You can see it's already browned on that side. And then what I like to do is go ahead and butter that side while it's in the pan. It just makes it quite a bit easier. Okay, my flatbread is finished on the other side. You can lift it up and check it. I just flip it over onto a plate and then I butter that other side while it's right there so that the butter just melts right in there while it cools, and it is delicious. Here's my few little tinies for my little ones who like to have the palm size flatbread, and I'm just gonna let those cook and do the same process that I do with the larger ones. Like I said, this recipe will do 4 large flatbreads, or you can break it into smaller ones. You can do 8. I've even done smaller than that. I've gone to 16 small pitas or flatbreads as well. So really it depends on you and what you would like to do. If you have any questions about this recipe, put them in the comments below. I will have that recipe in the description. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, please press that like button and subscribe because more great content is coming your way. Bye.